Small commercial property owners in Victoria will be able to apply for support payments of up to $3,000 under a suite of measures targeting both tenants and landlords announced by the state government today. The measures also include extending the ban on rental increases and evictions for both residential and commercial tenants until December 31. Those moratoriums, introduced in late March to protect tenants suffering financial distress because of the pandemic, were due to expire on September 29. Nobody should be worried about losing a roof over their head right now, particularly given the circumstances around social distancing, Victorian Treasurer Tim Pallas said. Land tax relief for eligible residential and commercial landlords is also being extended, and the potential discount has doubled from 25% to 50%. The Victorian government is also setting up a $60 million fund to support small commercial landlords, who may be eligible for payments of up to $3,000 per tenancy. Traders' rental discounts should reflect drop in income. Treasurer. Tenant advocacy services will also receive funding as part of a new $600,000 package. To get through this together, all of us, tenants, landlords, businesses, governments, banks, we need to work together, Mr. Pallas said. And certainly these arrangements, which seek to strike that right balance, are aimed at ensuring that where the right thing is done by a landlord for a tenant, where they comply with the eligible criteria, then they too can expect that the state will provide them with relief as well. Commercial landlords will now also be required to provide rent relief in proportion with the fall in turnover experienced by eligible tenants. Until now, that proportionality principle has been aspired to, Mr. Pallas said, but we will now make it a very clear and expressed intention that, if you're identifying a downturn in your capacity, your turnover, then you should have an expectation that that is similarly reflected in terms of the rent relief that you get. Nearly 26,000 agreements for reduced rent have been registered with Consumer Affairs Victoria in the past 4 months, the state government said. The extension of the ban on rental evictions comes after some Melbourne tenants raised concerns about the September expiry date, but the Property Council of Australia said the moratorium's extension will push many landlords to their limits or beyond. Landlords cannot keep propping up the system, the lobby group's Cressida Wall said. As the crisis goes on, we will need goodwill and action from both banks and governments to ensure that these businesses do not go under and take down the economy with them. We welcome the additional land tax relief announced and will work with the state government on the technical detail of proposals to introduce additional obligations on landlords.